Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EAS&Weather here with your Day 1 Fire Weather Outlook. We have an elevated fire weather here today covering eastern Utah and western Colorado for the elevated. So anyway, in synopsis, upper level region will shift eastward today from the Great Basin into the Great Plains as long wave upper troughing shifts across the northern Great Lakes region and the northeast. Meanwhile, a mid-level shortwave trough will progress northeastward across California and the western Great Basin, while another upper trough approaches the California coastline behind it. A slow-moving cold front will progress south-southeastward across the northeast, Ohio River Valley, and central Great Plains, with surface high pressure positioned across the southeast and Great Lakes regions. Portion of the Great Basin. Surface low pressure across the northern Great Basin in conjunction with high pressure across the Great Lakes and southeast will promote a tightened pressure gradient and result in sustained southerly surface winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour across much of the eastern and southern Great Basin today. Despite increasing mid and high level cloud cover, minimum relative humidity values of 15 to 20%, locally down to 10% are forecast during peak mixing this afternoon. With preconditioned drying fuels from Thursday, this combination of winds and relative humidity is expected to support elevated fire weather concerns today across portions of eastern Utah and the northwestern Colorado. Locally critical conditions may be possible should stronger surface winds overlap with locally lower relative humidity values. But these conditions are expected to remain brief should they materialize. Deep boundary layer mixing and modestly strong mid-level flow, 25 to 35 knots, within the 700 to 500 millibar layer will also support the potential for periodic gusts up to 35 miles per hour across the region. Portions of the mid and upper Ohio River Valley. A heavy approaching cold front, west-southwesterly sustained winds of 10 miles per hour with occasional gusts of 15 to 20 miles per hour combined with relative humidity values dropping to 30 to 35% are expected to overlap a region of drying and potentially receptive fuels from northeastern Kentucky and southern Ohio and in northeastern West Virginia and southeastern Pennsylvania. With ERCs across this region approaching the 97th percentile, this overlap of winds and relative humidity may support a few hours of locally elevated fire weather concerns this afternoon. A passing cold front will bring a shift to northerly winds, increasing moisture and decreasing wind speeds later this evening, which should provide some relief to the fire environment. Coupled with low confidence and widespread sustained winds exceeding 15 miles per hour during the afternoon, elevated highlights have been withheld at this time. So that's your Day 1 fire weather outlook. Remain safe and vigilant in these areas today. And if I were you, I would gather supplies immediately, such as food, water, clothing, toiletries, medical supplies, a flashlight, a cell phone, phone chargers, extra batteries, and a battery-powered radio in the event they need to evacuate on a moment's notice because fires can start and spread quickly. Please avoid outdoor burning in these areas today. Because one little spark is all it takes for a fire to start and spread quickly. Do not throw cigarettes on the ground. Even if they're not lit. Because one, that's littering, which is bad for the environment and could lead to a fine should you get caught. And second, all it takes is one little spark for a fire to start and spread quickly. And do not Just make sure your cigarette is fully out before throwing it away. So that's your Day 1 fire weather outlook. I will have my Day 1 severe weather outlook pretty soon. Take care.